I know that for production, like pretty much black is the only way to go, like dress code wise. Because like I'm headed to a shoot that's super chill. It's an esports shoot. It is a game, a Call of Duty game for the team that I'm working with. Their name is the LA Guerrillas Genomates. So that's why I'm wearing white. But like coming back to my point, when I committed to painting the magnet of my mic, I completely forgot that this will stick out like a sore thumb right there in the middle of my chest, just a black square. Thankfully, I'm not wearing for long. But yeah, that's the plan for the day. It's my second shoot of the day today. It's January 17, 2025. If you watched that previous vlog or one of the vlogs, I don't know how I'm gonna post them. I was just shooting the gym, like the NFL pre-draft combine activities today. That was early morning today. So now I'm heading to my second shoot of the day, which is gonna be like the esports shoot. And I'm gonna take you behind the scenes of how is it like working with the esports team for a game day, pretty much. So hopefully you guys like it. Let me know if you have any questions or anything. I'm pretty much used to this, so I just like speed run through everything. Just leave me a comment on what would you guys like to know about the experience overall for the day.
How the team usually likes to start the day is they want to be either between 3 to 4 hours before their match in the office. Just that way they have plenty of time to just warm up, get ready, get in the mood, get in the vibe, make my way there. As you can see, I set up this angle. It's pretty much like a wide angle slash like a CCTV angle, just like pretty much a overview of the entire room angle, just as a safety precaution, just for the whole day. Just I don't want to miss anything. And then I just go like this type of shot with my main camera, just shooting around. In this case, they're just going over strats before the actual match start. So they're just discussing game plans, what they want to do, how they want to do, what they practice throughout the week, just preparing for this, and just going over those details and stuff, just making sure that everyone's on point for the match they're gonna have right now. Also, the coaches are right there, just talking with the player, just discussing the game plan and stuff. And in the meantime, just either covering the stuff they're talking about, like A-roll, or I'm just trying to get B-roll shots of the conversation that they're having. In this case, I'm just shooting the conversation overall, and they're going back and forth, just discussing like the game plan, just keeping notes on what they think, and just what they picked up from playing the entire week. So they're gonna have some warm-ups before their official match, so I'm just going around getting some establishing shots, just variety of just b-roll shots. And as you can see, I get b-roll shots with the players themselves, b-roll of the space or the office they're playing from, just trying to get as much variety, just like so I can have some more room for editing and just not be stuck like, okay, I only have a-roll, I don't have anything else. Now I like to give myself some more like wiggle room with whatever I want to do with the story. And at this point, as you see, they're doing the air fist bump just because that match is about to start. So at this point of the season, they have lost either 4 or 5 matches, so they are winless in the league right now. So just like every match that they have, it's just like the pressure is on, just because they need to perform and they want to perform as well. As they're playing the matches, I'm just going over, like, I'm trying to stay far away from them, not necessarily far away, but just not get in their face or anything. I don't want to distract them at all for this, so I'm shooting over their shoulders, just shooting from the side, just trying to get as much b-roll as I can from this type of moment. I'm also trying to keep my eye out for just the coaches as well, just because they're part of the story as well. It's not just the 4 players that's going to be performing, it's also the coaches with all the preparation and stuff. So I'm trying to get as much and different b-roll as I can, just so it gives me more room in the editing room for just like whatever I want to do, however I want to take the story with me. So that's a pretty important point for whatever you're shooting. Just trying to keep that in mind, like how this works, like what am I missing, how can I put these pieces together. And at this point, as you see the fist bump and the reaction, they just won the first map. How it works in the league is you gotta win 3 maps in a series just to be able to take the series. So they're up 1-0 right now, and they have like a little like 1 to 2 minute break. So some players like to get up and stretch a little bit. It's not the case often. At this, as you can see, this player just decided to go grab something to eat, like a quick protein bar or stuff, and just go back to its seat. As this is happening, I'm trying to get any shots that I can from the conversations they're having, any more b-roll shots, just creative shots, and just trying to have fun. It's like matches are gonna go their way. I'm just trying to capture as much as I can, and now they're right back into the second match. So I'm just going back and forth between players, just because I don't just want to focus on one player. The team is 4 by 4 players plus the 2 coaches in this case, so I'm just trying to give everyone a chance to be on the spotlight. This time I think we were pretty close to the end of the second map, so I'll keep my camera rolling just to wait for that reaction, just to capture that moment right here. And as you see, it seems like something's gonna happen, and boom, the guys take map 2, everyone's sending up. Just after map 2 you get like an actual like 5-minute break, so it's a little bit longer. Some players like to use the restroom, some players like to go outside and stuff. In this case, I think they made up their mind. They said like, hey, let's go outside real quick, let's just grab some fresh air, and yeah, let's just discuss the game plan outside, just because they've been stuck in the office and just under setups, just gaming for like days, weekend, just long hours throughout the day. So just changing a little bit of space helps out a little bit with the conversation, just like the flow of things. And it also helps out a lot for us when we're shooting and everything, just because it adds some more, like, we expanding the universe of where we at, just like the location. It looks like a different background. It's always more appealing, just because it's something different that's gonna highlight from the rest of our journey in this case, or the rest of the dock, or whatever we're shooting. So when outside, the footage looks amazing. As you can see, they're just going over the game plan at this moment, just trying to keep it fresh, trying to remind themselves like, hey, this is what we practiced throughout this entire week, this is what we want to accomplish, this is what we need to avoid doing, like this type of mistake, this is what we should do with the game plan. Just keeping everyone like on their toes, not necessarily on their toes like with pressure. I mean, it's more like, just, hey, there's a lot of stuff going on, different attributes, different factors that go into it. So just like make sure that everyone knows the game plan that we've been talking about for this entire week, and if that's the case, everyone's freshened up, everyone's confident about the game plan that they've been working on, they're gonna perform. Like, that's not the issue. Performance is not the issue, just preparation for the performance. That's the thing that they take a lot of time into, they give a lot of time into, and not a lot of people get to see it, just because either they don't make the big cuts for any series or blogs or whatever it could be for content that's out there. So that's something that they do put a lot of time into, not just playing, just also preparing for playing. The conversation just finished, so it was also a little bit chilly outside, so now we're heading back inside. I really like this type of shots, just like what we did outside, just because, as I said, it's just different. It gives a different tone, different vibe to the whole show, and just like the space that they're sharing pretty much. As they're going back upstairs, I'm just always keeping in mind the transitions, like how can I make this go back to work, like how can I work this and that. So I keep shooting the elevator, just going back into the office, and just trying to keep, like, I always keep that in mind. And that's something that a lot of people need to do, just like, how can I get, like, what shots am I missing for this edit, like what do I need to get, what should I aim for, and that type of stuff, just because a lot of people don't do that. This time I think we're really close to the end, so just watch this reaction with 3 cameras right here. As I said, this is an extremely important moment for them, just because they got one on the board. They're being 0-4 or 0-5, I'm not sure. So this is the first win they have for the season, which is always great to celebrate. You gotta celebrate the small wins, those small steps, just so that way you're not focused on just the league itself. You gotta get to take it one step at a time. That's how it goes. That's good how you're gonna be able to perform, and the guys are extremely excited about this. After a win, they're gonna take a little, like, 5 to 10 minute break, just like get the energy down, just because go back to normal, so they can just revisit the series that they just played. Like, hey, what did we do wrong, what did we do good, like how can we learn, what can we take from this series to improve for the next one, and so on. Also, right after the match ends, the league contacts the winning team, in this case it was us, and they request to just have an interview with one of the players. It could be the player that performed the best on this team, or I don't know, sometimes the league just picks just random players from the team, that winning team. In this case, as you can see, they're connected live just through the broadcast. It could be like a Zoom, I'm not sure how it works, but just like a live interview that they're doing straight into the broadcast. So that's when we're playing. In this case, Preston was the one that was called up for the interview. He's a champ, he's a veteran of the game, so he's natural at the interview. So this is pretty much like the final things, like final couple of things that we do after a game day, just like, hey, let's do the league, whatever they need, like interviews and stuff. And that's pretty much, it's gonna be a wrap for us. So I pack up myself, head to my car, and that's pretty much how usually a day shooting an esports team for match day go.
That was a super sick moment to be a part of. At this point of the season, the boys have played like 4 or 5 matches. So the season just started like a month ago, give or take. They finally found their first win. They were winless until this point, and the fact that they won so convincingly in a dominant fashion pretty soon, right before a tournament, like they're 2 weeks from going to Madrid, Spain for a tournament. That's amazing. So just like finally everything's starting to make sense for them. Pieces are starting to click, and that's awesome to see. From my point on this type of game, so I've been working with them for a couple of years now, so all the creative shots that I can get, it's like you run out of ideas, you know? So I'm trying to get us the coolest shots that I can, just trying to diversify as much as I can, but it's always a challenge when you're shooting always in the same space, pretty much with the same people and stuff, but still making the most out of it. Pretty happy with the look of some of the shots that we got. And as I said, fantastic experience. First win of the season. We got to meet a new coach who's from Scotland. He hasn't been here. He just got his visa approved and whatnot. So he just got here like 2 days ago, pretty much. So that's awesome that the first time he's here, we also got our first win. So incredible performance of the team. And that's pretty much how it goes for a game day, a traditional game day for an esports team. In this case, Call of Duty. They were playing a league match, so it wasn't like the highest of stakes, but still like there's some points and whatnot in discussion. Pretty much that's what they're playing for. But they're getting ready for the major. I think they have another match this weekend. I'm not gonna be here for that one just because I have something else booked before that. And one more shoot next week, and then they're off to Madrid. So that should be fun. I'm not planning to go with the team because our headquarters are in France, so it's easier to send a shooter out there from France. But besides that, I'm extremely happy, extremely excited for them to get ready to play out again on land, just local area network, and just be there, experience this. Like, this is gonna be a pretty cool moment, just going to Madrid, just going overseas just for playing Call of Duty. So besides that, it was a great time. I had a blast. I'm extremely happy with the guys. Hopefully they keep this momentum. And yeah, that's gonna be a wrap for the vlog. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Hopefully you guys like what you saw. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments below. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and see you guys in the next one.